Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, y'all. Had to get some vibes going, get some setups going. This is a mood, ain't it? Be sure to like the video if you haven't liked it already. Share this on your social media. Thank you all for the welcome back. Thank you so much for the super chat. Welcome home, Kempire. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. I know there's a lot of news that we haven't been able to cover and a lot of TV that we haven't been able to cover. This evening, I got a chance to catch up on Queens on ABC. I got to watch Insecure, but you know, before I recap it ever, I always have to watch it at least twice. So stay tuned for a special recap of Queens, Insecure, and maybe something else. And we will do that probably at some point tomorrow. I know there's also some Wendy Williams news that we have to get into, but I wanted to do a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City recap. It was an interesting episode. You know, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is in their second season, and they are experiencing decent ratings. Decent. They're not in the millions, but remember, this is their second season. Not everyone is truly 100% into it. And a lot of people are saying it's been a slow start. It's been a slow start. But you know what? They're consistent. And we still have not gotten into the Jen Shah situation and the arrest. But Jen Shah has a new job. I don't know if you guys have seen it. She's out at strip clubs. I don't know what she's doing at the strip clubs, fondling strippers and whatnot. But she's trying everything and anything because, you know, right now she cannot do her normal business because it's being investigated by the Southern District of New York. And she is facing a serious time, along with her first assistant that we creepily see in this current season. Thank you, Maria, for the super chat. Appreciate you supporting the channel and modding for the channel and always being here. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I appreciate everyone being here. Courtney says Salt Lake City was a 4.5. Okay, I'm going to give Salt Lake City for this episode maybe a 6. Maybe a 6. And the only reason why I'm going to give it a 6 is because here are the people that have really made me laugh in this episode. Mary Cosby, and saying that, Lisa, are you saying you have to Google everything I say because I'm black? She's making every single thing about race. And y'all know we talk about race here on the channel, and a lot of times it is about race. But Mary Cosby, who was called out for her almost problematic self-hatred from last season by Jen Shaw, seems very intent on calling everyone on this cast racist. And I'm not saying that it might not be true, but it's hard to take it from Mary Cosby. And I didn't see where she was coming from with it. And that's the thing with Mary Cosby. You might be good with Mary Cosby in one particular moment, and then the next minute you're like, Mary, why are we fighting? Why are we fighting? Or she's telling you about a horrific accident, and then I love it though. It's her bag of crazy. We've been talking about her bag of crazy since season 1. We're getting more of it this episode. There's more of it this season. And why was she wearing heels to go? What did they do? Snowboarding? I forgot what they called it. Snow tubing. There you go. Why does she wear heels? I was like, why is Mary wearing heels? Mary was like, it's 2 hours to go. You know, the 260-minute. I was like, she is important. She's important for the show. Let's not lie. Shirley, thank you so much for the super chat. She says Jenny was way too much. Her outburst came out of nowhere. I'm gonna give it a 5. Yeah, you know how I like Jenny in the beginning. If anything, we like Jenny's kids more than we liked her. But this whole sister wives conversation. Shout out to our friends over at Bravo Docket. Matter of fact, let me bring that up because I thought what they posted was so important, because you saw in the conversation that Jenny had with her husband, Butterface. That's all I'm going to call him now. I'm not going to even learn his name because his behavior on the show is so disgusting. And I don't know if you saw the rumor. I posted it on my social media. I posted it on my TikTok. Jenny's niece, allegedly, she showed a picture of her with Jenny when she was a little girl, accused her of a fake storyline and saying that there's some rift in their family. Well, Jenny replied to a comment about this, and she says, I don't know what she's talking about. She wasn't even born when I was struggling in college. Jenny, you're not 100%. I'm looking at Jenny with the side eye now. And you know why? Not because of what the niece said, because of how this storyline is playing out. I feel her, you know, we talked about the fact that she was sharing so much about her 9 miscarriages. And now this storyline of a sister wife, they don't even, well, she looks like she gets really emotional about it, but I'm just feeling as if that this is a storyline. I feel like this is a storyline. Do I think that the husband really, at this point in their relationship, is seriously talking about having a sister wife? How old is Jenny? In her 40s, 50s? If I put her in her 50s, I'm sorry, Jenny, but... And she also has had her tubes tied, and her husband decides, Butterface decides, oh, I think we should do a sister wife. You're Catholic, although we find out in the Asian culture, it is common. It's within his family. It's happened. But at this point, you want to have the conversation about having a sister wife, and not just that. You know nothing about what it means to even have a sister wife. She's asking you all these questions, and you're like, I don't know. I have patients that are, you know, that have sister wives, and it seems to work for them. They have really smart kids. Mother, father, you have smart kids without having a sister wife. And I'm not judging people that have sister wives, but what I'm saying is that you seem to have decent children without having a sister wife. Oh, I want to have a large family. Guys, if you're just joining us, we are talking about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This is our weekly recap here on the channel. If you're watching the recap of this, I want to know how you would rate this episode. How are you feeling about the current season of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season 2? We still have not gotten to the Jen Shaw of things, but right now we're talking about Jenny and her husband Butterface. Hold on, y'all. I wanted to call this thing up. If I can move. I have 2 screens and I still can't have space. Come on. Damn it. Let me see what you guys are saying first. Pedro says he wants a sister wife. That's what it is. Obi says, it's a storyline. You hear me? Storyline at its finest. We are gullible, aren't we? He doesn't even know what a sister wife is, but his reason is he wants more kids, all for TV. I got the same feeling. As soon as I saw them talk about this, I was like, they really are trying to bamboozle us into having a storyline. We have to remember, Jenny came on the show just going to be a friend of. It would not shock me if producers, and this is just speculation, I'm not saying that this is fact, this is in my opinion, that producers said, step it up. We heard that was happening for Crystal Kung Minkoff in The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Producers are doing all kinds of things to make reality TV. It would not shock me. They're like, well, Jen is not able to film as much. We can offer you a full-time role. What more can you give us? And they concocted this sister wife story. Again, Jenny's niece allegedly accused them of the sister wife story. She's like, why would you want more kids when you barely took care of the kids you already have? I mean, that's not unusual, but okay. Thank you so much, Shane, for the super chat. Is Butterface okay with Jenny having a brother husband? Just want to make sure the playing field is fair. Of course, it's never fair. Of course, he's not okay with that. Butterface, go sit down. He's turned me so off. I loved Jenny in the beginning. I love her. I still love the kids. The parents, not so much. I feel like the parents are shady as hell. Shady as hell. And that this is their storyline. She's had 9 miscarriages. This particular episode, they are celebrating the death of their daughter, and she used that as an excuse for why she was so upset and like, don't come at me today. And I'm not saying that's not an excuse, but now I'm not even here for Jenny, because I'm like, Jenny, is that really the reason why? Are you just using this as a storyline? But you saw Mary Cosby was not moved when she said, when she was talking about her child. Mary was like, Mary Cosby is a mess, and I'm here for it. Next week, I believe we're going to start getting into this cult story. Lisa Barlow is at the heart of everything. What is going on with Lisa Barlow? Oh, wait, first of all, I always do this. I always bring really great pictures, and I never get to the pictures. There goes Butterface, trying to ask for a sister wife. Okay? She's trying to ask for a sister wife. And I'm not sure she strategically puts the tissue over her face so she can get those tears to come out. We've become so cynical when it comes to reality TV. It's sad. It's a really sad situation. Can I say this, though? Heather Gay, last week we didn't get a lot from Heather Gay. This week, she threw a party for, her employees. She threw the party last year because they all were pregnant. Now they all have a 1-year-old, and she brought all of them together. She is a great boss. I listened to her interview with her on Bitch Sesh. I like Heather Gay. I like her. I like her because she is just so authentically herself. I'm excited for her new book, Bad Mormon. I'm excited to get more from her. She also spilled some tea on Lisa Barlow, because Lisa, as you know, when they first put the show together, she was one of the main women trying to gather the friends and the other ladies to be on the show. But Heather as well was a part of that, and Heather didn't plan to be on the show because Heather didn't think that she was cool enough. But Heather, I thought that Lisa Barlow was going to be the Heather of this group because she's our New York girl, and she is so not that girl. She's the fakest one. I wouldn't turn my back on Lisa Barlow. Lisa Barlow, have we found out where Vita is? Is it located in New York? We're trying to get a bottle for Jason. And y'all know I don't ask for free stuff. Look, we would even pay for it. But can we get some? Sorry. I'm ranting and raving. Oh, Lisa. Lisa is really becoming unhinged. But part of me feels for Lisa because I feel like everyone's coming at Lisa in this episode. Not Whitney. Mary comes at her like, oh, why do you have to Google everything I say? Because none of it makes sense, Mary. None of it makes sense. Where's my Mary picture? None of it makes sense, Mary. Why do you have to Google everything I have to say? Why do you have to Google everything I have to say? Because none of it makes sense. None of what you say, Mary Cosby, makes sense. That's why she has to Google. It has nothing to do with you being Black. It has to do with you being Mary Cosby. So I had a little feeling for Lisa because I felt like everyone was attacking Lisa. Oh, Angie. Angie. I don't know what to make of Angie. It's so hard nowadays. This whole story about, Did Lisa have the caterers cancel? Lisa seems to be a Giselle, a producer's dream. She's trying to produce moments, but Lisa breaks down in this episode and she's like, I would never do that. My grandfather was gay. And this is such an important community to me. And when this happened, I got very upset. I said, Lisa, you are a terrible person if this is what you did for this to this charity, setting up this charity. But Elisa's saying that's not what she did. But it's hard to believe. But at the same time, Angie, who's a friend of the show, is she just desperate to have a storyline? Is she just desperate to create chaos? To break up a friendship for like over 20, almost 30 years? I just thought it was so crazy, though, that Lisa was ready just to throw away her friendship with Angie. I thought it was crazy. Like, you guys, you've known her since she was 16, 17, but you're not willing to figure it out after this one incident. Was there more? I mean, I get it was a big issue, but to throw away a friendship of over 30 years just like that to me was strange. Logan says, Lisa sounds like I have one black friend. Boxster Girl says, did anyone else notice that Lisa always starts repeating herself and getting super defensive and over the top crying every time she gets called out on her stuff? Whitney Rose, who's slowly becoming another favorite of mine on the show, she basically, not last week's episode, I think the week before, broke down how Lisa reacts to things and literally showed us step by step Lisa's manipulative behavior. Whitney, she has no storyline. But here's a great thing. Not every housewife or friend of has to have a storyline. But if you can bring humor and wit to the show, because even Heather doesn't have much of a storyline, but she's hilarious. I also love the little friendship between Heather and Jen Shaw this episode. I mean, it's a toxic relationship, but when they're good, they're good. When they're good, they're good. I do find it interesting, though, when at this birthday party at Heather's company, that Jen doesn't step up and defend Lisa. She talks about it in the confessional, but she doesn't defend Lisa when Whitney and Angie are talking about that whole situation. But Angie was drunk. They all were drunk at this kid's party. I mean, I get it, but okay. All right. Nikolai says they carry Vita tequila at my local store in Las Vegas. Wow, we found another place that has it. I haven't gone looking. I don't drink, but we're trying to get a bottle from Lisa. Lisa, I know you watch these things. Guys, tag her. Go under her comments. Send a Vita tequila to Jason Barrett. Just saying. And then when he gets it, we will talk about it. We will do a live. Look, I'm making up, Jason, when you see this. I'm making up what's going to happen. Jason will try it the next time we go live and we recap our weekly I can't even speak. Our weekly collaboration. He will try it on live. I don't care if it's 10 o'clock in the morning when we do it. He will try it on live. Lisa, send us the Vita tequila. And then we need answers on why it's so hard to get Vita tequila. It's been around for a very long time. I can easily get a Wendy Acefo candle before I can get you a Vita tequila. Are they still in stock, Wendy? I should go buy a candle. Guys, don't forget, as you know, hold on. I have to get my lighting together in this room, y'all. Get your coldest water bottle. Keeps your water cold for 36 plus hours. Comes in multiple sizes, colors. Thank you to everyone that's already purchased your own Vita tequila. Not your own Vita tequila. Your own coldest water bottle. Use the discount code KEMP10 for 10% off. TikTok. Again, head on over to the Coldest Water Bottles website. Get your 10% off with the discount code KEMP. Don't forget, a new episode of my podcast, Kempire Radio, is now available. I talk more about my trip. I also gave you another recap, my first recap to the Real Housewives of Potomac, and I dropped some Roni tea. And guess what, y'all? There's more Roni tea that I'm sitting on. Ooh! I tell you, there's a lot of stories that sources send me that I sit on because I'm just like, I gotta do more work. But I'm looking into this. There's a story that's going to drop about Roni this week, y'all. There's a story that's going to drop, and we're going to cover it. And I'm going to provide some information. But we're not going to talk about Roni now. We'll get back into Salt Lake City. Guys, if you just joined us, be sure to like the video if you haven't liked it already. I have already almost 200 people in the chat. As you know, as I said to you before, and that's part of the reason why last week we did a combination of Salt Lake City and Potomac. I decided to do Salt Lake City separate because there was just a lot to cover with Potomac this week. But we might mix it up because Potomac's about to end. Salt Lake City, a lot of you like it, but it's a growing franchise. I'm still with it. I'm not a fair weather friend. You know, I'm a tourist. I'm loyal. So I'm going to keep watching. I still think that people like Mary Cosby, Whitney Rose, and Heather Gay are bringing a lot to the franchise. Meredith, where were you? That dinner with Seth, there's something fishy about the relationship. Remember who's been telling you this. There's something very fishy about this relationship. Is she giving us another a Giselle moment where she feels she needs to have this relationship to have a storyline? Every time I see them together, I'm like, and then Seth's a sense of humor. I followed him. His page was private on Instagram, but I said, let me follow Seth. I unfollowed Seth because his Instagram is just as weird as he's been on social media and on the show. Just saying. That relationship is fake. I've been telling y'all, when it's revealed, remember where you heard it first. Where you heard it first. Guys, let's get to 125 likes, and I will drop the call-in link because I do want to hear what you guys have to say about the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So, Angie and Lisa have a big blow-up conversation. As I said to you before, I was actually surprised that Lisa was willing to just let go of a friendship of over 30 years. Oh, wait, sidebar. Jenny and Mary get into it too, because Jenny ends up cursing at Mary, and Mary's like, don't you speak to me like that. And Jenny's like, don't tell me how to speak. These ladies. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because Mary brought the funny. Every turn, Mary was saying or doing something funny. I still think Mary has a cult, allegedly. But look, if anybody else can have a cult, why can't she have one? I don't know. How come we haven't seen Mary at her church? Oh, yeah, it's a pandemic. So there's probably no actual in-person church, right? Sidebar. The Netherlands is serious about their COVID restrictions. However, if you have a QR code, not even just without a QR code, no one's wearing masks in the stores, anywhere. The only place that they wear masks are on the trains or in like transportation. I'm like, y'all need to make this make sense. It doesn't make sense. And everywhere you go has different restrictions. Look, at the end of the day, it's your country, but nowhere, even here, it doesn't make sense. Why do you have to wear your mask on the train, but you don't have to wear your mask anywhere else? It was interesting, but I am an American. I had to get tested every day because if I wanted to eat in a restaurant, if I wanted to do an event, I had to have a QR code, but I had to get tested for a 24-hour QR code. So I felt better because I was like, at least I know I don't have COVID. And I got tested again today. I got back here. I said, let me go get me another test. You never know in the airport, even though everyone's wearing masks. But I said, let me just be better safe than every day. So if my nose seems a little bit bigger, it's because of that. More is available on my trip on the Kempire Radio podcast. So be sure to check that out. Shout out to you guys that have been letting me know that you've been listening. First time listeners, welcome to the family. Don't forget to subscribe, download, and share. Sharing is so important, guys. So important. So if you're just joining us, we are, of course, talking about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And I just want to let you guys know, we will be doing a special live talking about Insecure, talking about Below Deck. I will be doing, I'm not sure if there will be, Below Deck will probably be a separate live. I have not had an opportunity to watch Below Deck yet, but Below Deck is one of my favorites. That was probably one of the shows, not probably, it was definitely one of the shows that I watched during the pandemic from season 1 till now. And then I watched some of the seasons over again. Kate Chastain is still my favorite stew. I'm excited about this new season. The new season is doing extremely well. They premiered, I think, at 1.3 million viewers. Sidebar, watch what happens live. Those ratings have been abysmal this week. Abysmal. But in good news, we will be going live tomorrow on my TikTok exclusively to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and watch part 3 of the reunion together at 10 p.m. Eastern. So be sure to follow me on my TikTok. Everything is at TheKempire. Matter of fact, let me post up some of this stuff so you guys can see it. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Thank you, Nora. Thank you, Jordan. EH Bunny says, how much does those tests cost in Amsterdam? Were they free since they were required each day? They were free. However, because I do know people in high places, they were discussing charging like 30 euros for a test. And I know that in Germany, my friend came from Germany to visit me in Amsterdam. They said that they do charge in Germany, but you probably, I don't know what the stipulations were for Americans in Germany on how that would work. But literally, I would get one test, and then 24 hours from that test, that QR code was good. So if I was planning to do anything the next day, if I still had some time on it, then I could do the event. But if it was something at night, I had to make sure I got another test. And they had a variety of different places to get tests. So some people were really gentle with that because they use the swabs that go up, the original swabs when they put it all the way up your nose. And some people were more gentle than others. And then there were some people that were like, are you done yet? There were times where there were tears. There were little tears in my eyes like, oh my God. And mine just only for like 5 seconds, but damn. Every single day. But it wasn't, once you learn what you need to do, it becomes easier because you're like, all right, I need to do this. Let me make an appointment. But then making an appointment became difficult because first of all, you have to make an appointment. It's not like you could just show up and get a test. You had to make an appointment. I had to change my phone number. I had to get a new SIM card for a Dutch phone number in order to get my results. It was a situation, y'all. If y'all don't listen to my podcast, I explained all of it there. It was a situation because not only did, first of all, I had to find out where I was going to get tested. I had to make an appointment. Once I made the appointment, got the test, then I didn't get my results. Like I got an email that my results were ready. Then I couldn't get the text message because it's through a different server. It was a situation. It was very complicated, but I figured it out. So I was able to get my my results. So if you're a personal friend and you sent me a text during those last 3 weeks, I probably didn't get it because I kept my Dutch SIM card. Now I have a Dutch number. Okay. Mama Ali says, I got to do my own COVID test once. My nose always itches. They do have those tests where you can take it with you. And I know when I went to the dermatologist, she was saying that when she traveled, she also had to take a travel one with her. I just didn't do it. Then my sister, shout out to my sister. My sister was like, oh, I should have gave you one of these tests before you left. Because she had like the self-test. I was like, thanks a lot. She always does stuff like that. It's like, how's that helpful to me now? How is that helpful to me now? Anyways, guys, where are we with the likes? We have already 200 something people watching. Guys, don't forget to like this video if you haven't liked it already. Of course, here at the channel, we are recapping some of your favorite reality shows, but also some of your scripted shows. I'm so excited to add some scripted content to the channel because then that conversation can be a little bit lighter because it's not real people, even though Insecure, The AKAs released a statement. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. More than likely tomorrow we'll go live and talk about Insecure and Queens on ABC. Queens is also coming on tonight as well. So I'm fully caught up on all the episodes right now. Shane, thank you so much for the super chat. Kempire to replace Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live 2021 vote. Shane, I appreciate that, but based on some information that I got, NBC Universal, y'all need to get it together. Don't let what was his name again that exposed Matt Lauer? The fish always stinks from the head. I don't want to look until they clean up their act over there. Joette says Kempire looks like he has love in his eyes. That might be a sty. Why did I come back with a tan though? Right? I was like, why did I look so tan? I was in probably one of the most gloomiest cities in Europe, even though it has some beautiful sunny days. It did have some beautiful sunny days, but I was sitting out in the sun. I was not sitting out in the sun like that. Jay Lewis says, why should they step up? Lisa's behavior is ridiculous when she gets busted. She's so shady. Look, like I said at the beginning of this episode, I felt like Heather Gay's personality is what I expected from Lisa Barlow, our New York City girl, and that's not what we're getting. That's not what we're getting at all. There was a comment that I wanted to... Oh, wait. Here we go. Shane, no helping NBC Universe. They got a lot. There's a lot of tea. They got some things to do. We've talked about some of the things that's been going on over there. I'm just getting a lot of sources that are confirming some things. We'll talk. Stop trying to get me to spill here. We'll spill when necessary. All right. Okay, we're already... Okay, let's get to 125 likes. We already have 120. Wait, we already have 112 likes, and we have 220 something people watching. Let's get to 125 likes, and I'll drop the call-in link. I do want to hear what you guys have to say about the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Chica says, New Yorkers don't seem to make great reality TV. I like Dorinda, though. Chica, that's not true. We've had some really great New York City reality stars. Jen Paul. Whitney nailed Lisa's behavior in a few episodes back. Yeah, she broke it down for us, and it was so classic. It was like, whoa. And then we saw the same behavior of Lisa Barlow in this episode. But at the same time, I don't want Lisa not to be on the show, because this season she's really the center of a lot of the drama these first few episodes. It's not that interesting of an episode. Sidebar, I know I'm doing a lot of sidebars. Paris in Love, documenting her wedding and her fiance. Kathy Hilton's in it as well. It's going to be on Peacock. We might need to recap that, y'all. Look, I'm not a big Paris Hilton fan. I do like Stars Are Blind. Remember that song? But it looks good. We're going to be busy. The end of 2021 is going to be amazing. It's going to be prosperous, but we are going to be busy. Okay, and 2022 is just going to be bigger and better anyway. As I said to you before, we will be doing Kempire in the morning later this year. There's a lot of planning that I'm trying to get into in regards to handling that and handling the business of the Kempire LLC. So, but stay tuned for all of that. Okay. Courtney says Paris and Kathy set that up in advance. Of course. Of course, if you didn't see my collaboration with Femtaro, she predicted this. They wanted to get into reality TV again. All of this was strategic. Yes, Shane. 2022 is going to be a fab year. And the rest of 2021 is going to be amazing. I'm declaring, I believe in words of affirmation. I'm declaring it. Exactly, Catherine. Me too. I'm excited for that Paris special. Just from the trailer, at first I was like, I don't know about this. But then as it kept on going on and we got to see some Kathy, and we love some Kathy, I'm here for it. Let me see. Oh, wait. Nora says we definitely need to recap it. It looks great as well. We're going to recap it all, guys. Peacock, there are a paid version, but there's also a free version. You just have to watch commercials. I'm not paying for another thing, especially not when I hear things about NBC Universal and Bravo, and there's a lot of things coming to Peacock right now, including the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, aka All Stars. I posted just yesterday that they should do a Real Housewives of Atlanta exclusively All Stars. What did you guys want to see that? But they could not do it without Nene. And I know I've said Nene is never going to be on Bravo again because she burned that bridge. Did what Nene say was true? But if we do the Real Housewives of Atlanta All Stars, Nene has to be on it. You can't do it without Nene. You can't do it without Nene. Whitney has grown. She understands the assignment. She doesn't have much of a storyline, like I said, but she's funny. Her confessionals alone in this episode made me laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. Heather gay too. Heather is just dope. I loved her interview with Bitch Sesh, a podcast that she did. And I feel like I was like, this is why we love you, Heather. This is why we love you. Mariah too. I got some info on that too. Oh, NBC. Oh, Bravo. All right, guys, let me know where we are with the likes. I'm going to drop the call-in link. If you're just joining us, of course, we're talking about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This latest episode, it was not the best episode. It wasn't the best episode, but there were some funny moments. That's why I said, you know what? I will go live. I will talk about it. Here we are. Courtney, me too. I've been listening to them for the last couple of years. They crack me up. It's if you need just a light conversation, especially if you're a Housewives fan, they are fantastic. They're so hilarious. I saw them in concert here in New York. Wasn't last year, it was the year before. Oh, we really lost a year of our lives. Oh no, it was last year because it was before the pandemic. I think it was like in February, right before the pandemic. Yeah, so it was last year. Black Jelly, Kempire, are you going to watch Janet Jackson's documentary next year? Yes. And I'm still mad that it's going to be on A&E and Lifetime. Janet Jackson deserves an HBO, in theaters documentary, but I'm going to watch it because I'm going to get Lifetime at some point because I'm going to recap at the top of the year the new season of Married at First Sight. I love Married at First Sight. I just don't have it on my YouTube TV. Unless it comes to YouTube TV beforehand, they don't have Lifetime. And I've tried every way of just paying for Lifetime, and I can't. I have to get some whole other service in order to just get Lifetime. Even Discovery Plus, they have the old seasons of Married at First Sight. Nora says, Kempire, you keep teasing this Bravo tea. I need to hear this. Nora, I gotta dot my I's, cross my T's. I gotta get the information first. But trust and believe, there will be some news breaking this week. And then we are going to have to cover it, and then we're going to have to break things down, and I'm going to have to, continuously cover this because what we've been alluding to about Bravo. Anyways, let's drop the call-in link. I want to hear what you guys have to say about Salt Lake City. Oh, here we go. And you never know, guys. That's why I tell you to listen to the podcast, because sometimes I drop things on the podcast that I don't drop anywhere else. And I did that this week. So be sure to check out the podcast. We had record numbers with the podcast on the last episode. Shout out to you guys for being a part of that conversation. I always feel like that's a more intimate conversation because like I said, I share things that I don't share anywhere else. I get into conversations that I don't talk about here. Just because I like to create, specific content for each platform. That's why tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern, I'll be live on my TikTok exclusively. Hey, thank you guys. Watching with you the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion part 3. 3, yes. And of course, commenting as we watch. All right. We have already quite a few people backstage. We already have almost 300 people in the room. Be sure to like the video if you haven't liked it already. Decided to come live to talk about this. We have a lot of great content coming tomorrow. I even have a Wendy Williams story that we need to cover. I doubt I'm going to go live again later this evening, but don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Is the notification bell gone? Some people have been hitting me up saying the notification bell is gone. So if the notification bell is gone, y'all better join the texting community, because that way you don't miss out on any tea. That way you don't miss out when we go live. I'm pretty consistent with posting the links for when we go live there. All right. And again, shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you would like to become a member of the channel, head on over to teamkempire.com. And shout out to our moderators. And don't forget, Christmas is around the corner, and back here is gonna change. And I am the king of Christmas. Mariah's the queen, but I am the king. And we are going to be celebrating Christmas here on the channel, 12 days of Christmas, celebrating Black-owned businesses. A lot of you have been hitting me up with some of your businesses. I'm looking forward to some of the best businesses that we can highlight here on the channel and give away some of your products to our watchers for 12 days of Christmas. Okay? I can't wait. All right. Nikolai, I see you're backstage, but it says devices not connected. You might have to sign out again and try and connect again. All right. I'm going to bring up Rasani. I see Jordan's backstage. I see Obi's backstage. I see Jessica's backstage. Nikolai, for some reason, saying devices not connected. So, guys, I forgot to. I wish my mods could pin my things, but I'll post the link again. Oh, wait till y'all don't know. I go all out. I wish I could give y'all a full tour of my home when I do Christmas. And when I get a little coin, you know Christmas is about to be lit. All right, let me get to these callers because I'm not going to be on here. I've already been talking for 40-something minutes. Damn it. Jordan got a blanket? All right, Jordan, we're going to get to you in a second. Rasani's here. Rasani, what's going on?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
It's about bloody hell time.
Oh, you know. What's going on, Rasani?
Okay, first of all, I want to say, because I always seem to miss it, congratulations on 48,000.
Oh, thank you.
I'm also gonna say congratulations on 50,000 because that's right around the corner. I'm saying probably by the end of next week.
Oh, okay, Rasani.
Yeah, you need to speak things into existence.
Amen.
Okay. Oh, I sent you a text earlier about Sonia Morgan. Did you see it with the page 6 story?
Yes, a couple of people sent me that. Page 6 confirmed there was a video of her talking about that
with Josh from $1 Million Listing. I was like, ooh. Okay, sorry, sidetrack.
We did know that it was true though. Like, did we question that story?
I didn't. I mean, anything Sonia Ramona, because they're just so they're
disgusting human beings.
You see where Corona got started from. It's just like yeah. But anyway, sidetrack. But
did Jordan just spray? I'm sorry. I see things behind the scenes, and I'm seeing Jordan spray the car. Okay,
it's okay. No, Jordan is extra. Jordan, I do want to ask you something personal. I don't know how to reach out. No, nothing like that. I just want to ask him about the Dave Chappelle thing, and I don't know if this is like really the format because it gets so heavy and deep.
I need to watch it. I know a lot of people have been hitting me up about the Dave Chappelle. I was going to say documentary, but his stand-up,
the comedy special.
I have not watched it yet, so I have not posted an opinion about it. I do want to watch it and then post an opinion about it. But
I have opinions. That's why I want to ask. So yeah, we can do a live about that. You're welcome to join us, Jordan. I have questions.
Rasani, what were your thoughts though on Salt Lake City?
Salt Lake, I gave it, I mean, it wasn't anything too explosive. I didn't really care for Mary prior, but I'm really kind of liking Mary this season. It's just like, Mary.
But
It's like I feel like it's just like the Paris Hilton song that you said that you liked. I was like, I liked it too, and I'm ashamed to admit it. Don't judge me, people.
It was so good though.
But and Mary's just like, mm, mm, when they're at the after the snow tubing, eating it. I was just, Mary, you can come back. With Jenny, I understand the story. Okay. I don't know why this is on TV.
Mm. Explain.
Because if you had okay, say they had their, date thing and it came up at the date thing. Okay, I get it. And you're angry, blah, blah, blah. A few days have passed and we're bringing it back up again on TV. Why are we having this discussion on TV? And then I did see your what the her niece, it's her niece, right?
Yep.
Her niece said. And I was like, I kind of get a little bit, and I was like, I prior to her niece, I kind of got a little bit of a fakery from Jenny
Mm.
because what she said she came to the States at around the age 6, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Please, please, people don't attack me in the comments. Usually, because I'm a immigrant, I mean, I was born here, but I grew up in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a Jamaican accent. Usually, and I know this for people that have come here at the age of like 5, 6, they tend to lose their accents.
Oh, okay.
Jenny speaks as if she's an immigrant that just came here and learning English. Have you noticed that, or is it just me?
No, I know what you're saying, and I mean, I didn't necessarily think that because it also depends on your family too. If they're not encouraging you to learn English or something like that, so it could be a combination of that as well. So I'm not sure if that's what it is with Jenny, but I don't feel that Jenny's giving us 100% of who she really is. I thought she was in the beginning, but now as things play out, because someone else came out about her story being fake. So another part of her story being fake. So I was just like, and then the niece came out. I was like, oh.
Yeah, and I was like, man, yeah, we're not. First of all, her husband, I know that he's a chiropractor, so he's not like a medical doctor, but he understands the no MD. No shade. I'm not being shady. No shade. Um, but if your wife has suffered, what was it, 9 or 10 miscarriages, had a stillbirth, the medical doctors actually said that she shouldn't try to have any other baby again after her last one because it's putting herself and that child at. Why would you still be pushing for something like this? I'm confused.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. Um, with the Lisa Barlow situation, I think it's probably a situation because Lisa was the one that um got the girls for Salt Lake, so to say.
Yeah.
So she feels like she needs to be the glue and try to
Mm.
keep it going. I don't. I feel I'm like you today. I'm twerking on the fence with the Angie, with the she and Angie drama, and then with the Angie chick. This is where it's like I feel that she just really wants to be on the show.
Remember, she,
Camp,
she she was supposed to be on season 1.
okay, so Kempire, me and your friends for 20 years, 30 years, right? That's like family. We're not friends anymore. Almost like we're pretty much like family.
Mm-hmm.
I just met Whitney yesterday and find out that Whitney's my cousin. It's not like we're little kids. We're all grown women.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you betray your friend of 30 years for someone that you just met? It doesn't matter that she's your cousin. You know nothing about her.
Yep.
So, it feels very, I think I may, speaking it out now, it's like talking to a mirror. I feel like I may be siding with Lisa for this one.
I felt the same way. I mean, I don't love Lisa 100%, but
Yeah,
this situation with Angie seems very opportunistic.
yeah.
At the same time, I also look at Lisa because I twerk on the fence. I'm just like, but you're willing to end this friendship too for after 30 years? Wouldn't you still want to understand her? She's more willing to mend a friendship with Whitney than the woman that she's been friends with for 30 years.
No, but think about it. We've been friends for 30 years.
No.
And I said to you, Kempire, be careful with Whitney. I don't trust Whitney. Da, 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 Whitney, blah, blah, blah. And everything I said to you about Whitney, you took that back and said it to Whitney. What kind of friend are you to me?
That's true. But I still would want to try and work on that relationship more than work on a relationship with Whitney, who I just, I'm not as close with.
I mean, I get it. I get it. I'm actually liking Jen Shaw this season so far, believe it or not. I was like, Jen, I know, but I'm like, Jen, you're likable. You know, the breast bouncing with her and I'm like, really? It's like so I'm like, you're so cute, you're calm, it's fun, da 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 da. But I know what's coming. Heather's still I still like Heather. Yeah, we can, yeah. But this episode I kinda gave it I give it a 5.5. Nothing too dramatic. What I think I am, and I think most people are waiting for, is the arrest. I'm sorry. Sorry, Jen Shaw. Sorry. But it'll be exciting for us to watch. I'm sorry for you, but it's going to be exciting for us.
That's going to be messy.
I'm sorry. But yeah,
as always, we love when you call in. Thank you so much for calling in. Have a great rest of your evening.
You too, my love. Stay safe. Get some rest.
Yeah, I need to. You see, I'm yawning. I'm like, uh-oh. Oh, sorry. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Later.
Obi's backstage. What's going on, Obi?
Sorry, I had to unmute my mic. Hi, TheKempire. Welcome back. You look fresh and ready for the job.
Oh, thank you. What's going on?
Everything's great. So I have to say, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City has been kind of a snooze fest for the first few episodes I've been watching. It's almost like we're just kind of like waiting for that one episode, and we know the episode that we're waiting for, right? Even this episode, when I saw the limo, I was like, okay, maybe it's this episode. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna start with Robot Chick. So Robot Chick, I know you guys have your, everybody has like the reasons why they dislike her, right?
Who's Robot Chick?
You know who I'm talking about in a second. But the reason why I dislike her is the reason why I decided to call her that. Like, I can't stand her confessionals. She's like, Harry and I share a love of fast food, and I grew up eating cabbage chips, and thought they were like chocolate. Like, my mom ran a co-op. Like, so for me, it's like, hey, I'm an adult now. Like, this is adulting for me. Like, really?
I have to say though, I did enjoy that little scene with Lisa and her son. I thought that was such a really sweet moment and unconventional.
That was actually a sweet moment. Yeah, I agree with that. That was a simple. And her son is really real cute too.
Yes.
So, but I actually have to agree with her on the path of the other two blonde chicks. Sorry, I don't know anybody's name on this franchise. I'm talking about Whitney and the feud that Whitney is having with Lisa with the other chick who she just met. So have you watched this movie? I think it's called Outlaw Prophets, the story of Warren Jeff. If you watch that movie, you realize that it's kind of very hard for you to begin to pinpoint people like around that area where they are. To see, okay, this is my cousin, this is my second cousin, this is my first cousin. Like I feel like it's just one big family because there was a whole lot of polygamy going on, and there are a whole lot of descendants, and like everybody's kind of connected, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
I wanted to clarify something that was said, and shout out to the Bravo Docket on Instagram. They broke down what Butterface had to say in regards to polygamy being legal in Utah. No, it's no longer a felony. It's still illegal in Utah. Just wanted to clarify that.
It's still illegal in Utah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's illegal for you to be polygamous.
Yes.
So if you're
no longer a felony.
So you could go to prison.
Yeah.
I just want to understand. Okay, well, talking about the Vietnamese chick, I think there's something off with that storyline. I actually believe that she did have miscarriages. I'm not too sure about the whole sister wives thing. I just feel like it came out really left field. His name is Dai, by the way, Duy. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but that's his name. Just so you know that
Butterface.
that's his name.
Butterface.
Duy. Yeah, so I don't know, there's just something off with that story. I don't know. I'm not even I don't even personally believe Denise. Even when Denise came out to say like she had issues or she feels like she's faking it or whatever. I don't even believe Denise, but I still don't believe that storyline. There's something off there. I even feel like she's not even I don't think she's as emotional as I expect her to be with that information that he's giving her.
Mm.
Seems fake. Even the way, like the dinner that they had at the table, just exactly what Resani said. Why are they talking about it at the table when cameras are rolling? Like it just doesn't make sense to me. I just feel like it's something that's concocted for TV. I'm here for Mary. I actually really like her, although she was kind of doing too much this episode. And apparently, next episode is where we found out about the cult she did, which I'm actually going to even ask you a question about.
Uh-oh.
Maybe the pastor. I mean, she's a pastor, right? So she has a church and she leads a church. In my opinion, I feel like if you go through every single religion, begin to like point out all the activities that they carry out, somebody could justify a particular sect of people with their religion being a cult. So
And in
it's
certain countries, certain religions that we look to be as regular religions are considered cults in certain countries.
my point exactly. So let's see how the whole thing plays out. I just want to see exactly what they're going with, like what the angle is with that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm like too excited for like upcoming episodes. I just kind of want the whole Gensha story to kind of crash, and then we can keep taking it on from there.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna get out. Okay,
Okay. Hey,
bye.
have a good night. And finally, Jordan, why are you in your car with a blanket?
Hi, baby gorgeous. Listen, this is a full blown snuggie. Like it's
Oh,
giving like I grew up and like my idol was Andre Leon Talley, realness.
oh, I used to love Andre until recently when he said
What he do?
something. I mean, I still love his story though.
I mean, yeah, well, yeah. But what he do?
I forgot what it was, but I was just like, "Oh, Andre, why?" I forgot
You
what.
spilling some type of tea tonight. You out here teasing all this tea on Bravo down to the NBC offices and stuff. You ain't spilling that. Now you spilling some Andre Leon
No,
Talley
I'm
that you
not even
keeping to
spilling.
yourself.
Someone else spilled that tea. That was all over the blogs. I can't remember what it was, but I just was like, "Oh, it was such a disappointment," because I loved his documentary. I love his story. I love this black man that learned French and just lived this very fabulous fashion lifestyle. I was like,
He gives me
"Oh,
male Josephine Baker vibes, but without the
yes."
banana skirt.
Please don't wear a banana skirt. But he has so many really great, insightful stories of just this fabulous life. But at the same time, he lived this fabulous life, but those finances are shaky as
Baby,
allegedly.
listen. Baby, listen. Them coins is as shaky as well. I could list off a list of examples, but we don't have that type of time. I can tell you, sleepy.
It's the
Li-
jet lag, y'all. In all fairness, I'm literally technically right now would be 4 o'clock in the morning in the Netherlands.
right. So you still on a you still in tomorrow then.
Exactly.
Bless your heart, baby. I'm so sorry. Oh Lord have mercy.
Enough about
Listen,
me. Jordan, what did you think about this episode? Are you loving Salt Lake City?
I love Salt Lake. See, I love Salt Lake City in a completely different way that I love casts like Potomac, especially this season, because they're giving me a lot, but in two completely different ways. Whereas Potomac is not giving me a lot as a collective group, but I am getting a lot from their individual stories.
Mm,
With with Salt Lake, I'm getting both. Where it's like their individual stories are just as juicy as the drama that's going on within the group, even though the drama within the group is petty, which means that they can move past it fast at the reunion.
yeah.
It's still just so interesting to watch it all play out because Whitney and her Bob really think that she did something when she went down to the 1 year party and thought that she was just recapping this she is what's the lady like she's Marsha Cross.
Oh.
Like what is going on, girl? She made it seem like she bust down to the Mexican restaurant and cross-examined Lisa Barlow.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a mess,
A bit.
but uh, it was a bit of a mess. Just a lot. Especially y'all saw Angie just fall all out at the party like Brandy did at the party 2 years
She was
ago.
drunk.
Y'all saw her just fall out. I mean, she was drunk, honey. Girl, this is a 1 year old's party. Y'all need to sit down somewhere. What's going
Yeah.
on? But she need to find something to do though. She needs to find something to do. Now that Lisa is giving her nothing, paying her nooch, dust is all you get from her.
Yeah.
You need to find another storyline, mama, because this one is done for. So she better find something else to do. Cause I don't listen. We need to talk to your child. Bring your child on. Cause if Meredith can ride a whole season on Brooks, you can have a storyline with your child that actually has some substance. I'm just saying. Jenny and Dewey, listen, Dewey, you need a therapist. Point blank,
Mhm.
period. And how have neither one of them thought of a surrogate? I have said this once, twice, 300,000 times. Why have neither one of them thought of a surrogate? Because
I
listen,
feel like they mentioned
Jenny,
that at one point, though. They did mention a
I have,
surrogate, but she's like, she doesn't want to have. Not only does she
did
not
I
want
miss
to
it?
have,
She don't want to have babies, nor does she want to raise them.
yeah,
That
which I
was
don't blame her.
that was just what I was about to say. Like that's my main thing. It's like Jenny is trying to tell you, like not only does she not want to have the baby, she don't also want to raise it. So while you also out here trying to go and get a sister wife and all of that stuff, but I'm sitting here thinking, since she's willing to even entertain the conversation of a sister wife for the camera, since he already since he's making that her storyline, she may as well just play along and just collect the check. So since she's even entertaining it, why not even say that? Like you want to bring a whole nother woman into the sanctity of our marriage, but you can't even justify why you want to do it, nor do you have any facts, and you scared to go to our priest about it. You playing with God and my body. I ain't got time for that. Not at all.
I
Not at
agree.
all. He is so and listen, if you watch my recap on this episode, I talk about how I know very personally how both of them are feeling. But I'm not gonna talk about that here. We're gonna keep the energy up.
Oh,
Y-
head on
y'all
over
just
to
gonna catch
Foreign
me
with
down that porch.
Jordan.
Y'all just catch that smoke over there. But
That's
I cause listen. a- Anyway, but like Hmm. Hmm. They have one more episode to talk about this, and it needs to be the final discussion. What y'all gonna do? Because I cannot cringe through another scene with Jenny, and I like her. An unpopular opinion, I think Dewey is sexy. Sorry, but that's a whole nother topic. Kempire, don't do it.
Leatherface?
Listen. If nobody can talk about Lala being with Randall Emmett in that face, y'all not gonna do me with Dewey.
Who's Randall
Okay?
Emmett?
Lala's fiance.
Oh, you know what I was thinking of? I was thinking about Lala, the black woman. I
Ooh,
was like,
well, listen.
who Lala
Who
dating?
she with? No, but if you want more a a more specific example, we need to talk about what Meredith got going on with Seth and why he looked like he's fresh out of rehab.
Oh,
That man looked completely disheveled at that dinner. It's
right?
the beard, it's the hair, it's the it's it is the Louis Vuitton luggage hanging up under his eyes. It
And the
is the
weird
looking like he has not
interactions,
he look it's the mother's nature's cleavage for me.
right?
That is just nasty, bro. Like you come off like you come off real Dan Schneider vibes. Like you come off real like creeper vibes. And I don't and I liked you last season. Maybe if you shave and get your act together and take a nap.
But remember, we didn't get a lot of him last season. I feel like we're getting more of him this season.
He need to take a
But like I
nap
said, I
first.
followed him on social media, and I was like, oh, I don't like the
He just
vibe
as
of
weird
this.
online. See, I don't know what it is because I don't follow him on social media. You know that my Instagram is down, so it's all smoke on Twitter. By the way, Resonate, follow me on Poor Jordan. POURJORDEN.
Wait, why is your Instagram down?
I don't know. They have been messing with me for months, and this is before I had a channel and like got back to talking my stuff in these YouTube streets. Like I've been being good. Like I really have been behaving myself, me and my snuggie. But I don't know. Like I've had like 3 or 4 accounts in like the past 6 months that at some point they'll all be like, you need to prove that this is your account. So is this your phone number? We'll need to send a text code, and they never send the text code. I'm still waiting on that text code. Instagram, send my damn code.
I love the fact that you think Instagram is watching right now.
Listen, Kempire, Oprah called into your show. Let's not act like you ain't got reach out here in these YouTube streets. Let's not do that. I'm the one who undersells myself. You can stand in your greatness, boo. It's all right. You finally free.
I mean, you keep going with that free Kempire. Go with y'all. We're gonna put that on t-shirts. Watch. Elaine,
They let you out.
Super chat.
Can the sequel to that shirt be free Vita Tequila?
Next, hopefully, but I have my I have my fingers crossed. Speaking of which, Jason just texted me. We're gonna get some Vita Tequila.
Hey, Jason. Listen, it took longer than 2 weeks, God bless, but we're gonna get Vita Tequila, and I want to see a live unboxing, first tasting. Like we need the whole thing. We need some Baccarat glasses from Kathy Hilton. Listen, Adam got the hookup down to the Kathy Hilton, so she just be throwing Baccarat around.
Look, I will actually drink tequila if Lisa Barlow sends it to us. I will, and I don't drink.
I will too. I don't. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't drink. I don't drink tequila, but if Lisa Barlow sends me some Vita Tequila, I am going live and I am doing an unboxing, and all of us are gonna drink it together.
I agree. I'm ready for it.
Free Vita Tequila.
Forward with Jordan. Everyone head on over to Forward with Jordan so you can see Jordan break down more of this Salt Lake City mess and that whole Butterface situation. Jordan, thank you so much for calling in as always. I will see you very soon. Hopefully we will be drinking tequila.
Hopefully soon, honey. Free Vita Tequila. Bye, baby gorgeous.
Bye. All right, I'm going to take these last 2 callers, guys. You're just joining us. Of course, we're recapping the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I love when you guys call in. This is such a great show because you guys make me laugh. All right, Nikolai, I see you. Hold on, let's bring Nikolai up. What's going on, Nikolai?
Hey, what up? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool, I got it fixed. So I have a couple of comments about Mary and Butterface, and then, firstly, how do you? Well, I'll start with this. Polygamy is not decriminalized. It's not a felony in Utah anymore. So you can't go to prison, but you can get fined for it. I think it's a pretty hefty fine at that. Oh. And then I believe you're correct with the situation with her being a friend of, and now she's playing with her marriage with this whole sister wife thing. Because you open that Pandora's box, and it could start as a joke and a storyline, but he might try to run with that. So she better be careful.
Oof.
And then I have a comment about Mary and Jenny. Like Mary pulled on the bus, started talking about Lisa calling like saying she was being racist about the whole Google situation. Yeah. And then when she got off the bus with Jenny, she's gonna talk about Jenny's accent. Like you can't call somebody racist and then go around and then throw something out like that. Like that's a big old bomb.
Yeah. I missed that. I missed that part. There was just so much going on in that particular scene. It was like, Who's fighting with who now?
Right. Yeah, it was very confusing. But she came off and she said something about like, don't speak. Mary was like, don't yell at me like that when you don't know the language or something to that effect. And I was like, did she really just say that after calling somebody else racist? Like, you really got to check yourself.
She's been calling a lot of people racist this season.
Very much that. Very crazy. And then as far as Vida Tequila, I caught you and Jason and Adam a few weeks ago, and I was curious, so I called my local liquor store and they had it. So I can call back and then reach out to Jason and send you all a bottle so you can finally do your own boxing if you want.
No, that would, first of all, thank you for that. However, I think that Lisa has a duty to send it to Jason.
I feel that.
Look, we all could buy it ourselves. We know, but it's hard for Jason to find it where he's located. However, I just feel like you talk about this tequila all the time. We talk about you and this tequila all the time. You can send him a bottle. You don't even have to send me a bottle because I'm not going to drink it. But I'll drink it just to do something live with my boys. But come on now.
No, I feel you. All that free promotion. She should have sent y'all a PR kit a long time ago.
But she can't find it herself.
Too much. Those are all my only two comments, though.
Nikolai, thank you so much for calling in. We never get to talk to you. We only talk to you via chat.
I'm always like either at work or driving to work, one or the other. But tonight I'm off. I'm out of town for the next week, starting tomorrow. So I caught you guys live. Your lives have been like 10 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm usually like in a Zoom call at that time. So now that you're back in America, we're back in American time. You're here on Tuesday with us instead of on Wednesday.
Yeah, we do.
Welcome home.
All right then.
All right, buddy.
Apparently, you guys are glad that I'm home.
Very glad. Now you got some sound effects and back to dance parties, all that.
All of that. Nikolai, thank you so much for calling in.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Bye. You guys are a mess. Okay, just want to point that out. Wow, we're already over an hour. If you're just joining us, we were talking about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. If you haven't liked the video already, be sure to like the video. There are more videos coming tomorrow. We are just getting back into the swing of things. Be sure to follow me on my TikTok because we will be going live at 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night to watch the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion, part 1. No, oh my God, part 1. Part 3. Can you believe it's part 3? That's crazy to me. Part 3? And then we have another one. And I'll be going live again next week. So be sure to follow me on my TikTok. I'm going to take this last call. Can I say, Jessica, you called back in. Jessica, what's going on?
Hi,
Jessica?
Kempire. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, Kempire. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes. I think there's a delay, Jessica, but it's okay. What are your thoughts on Salt Lake City?
All right. So I think it's all plum foolery. Really. Everybody's just absolutely insane. Period. Mary, oh my God, why? Lord, why? Take that. You want Jesus to come get you? Seriously, take your tagline and take that somewhere else. Kick rocks. Please. Please. And Butterface, oh my goodness. All right, Dewey. Go get you some therapy. Expensive therapy, please. And just stop. Jenny, I love you. You're so sweet. But girl, this storyline's a little tired. Really tired. I'm sorry. I understand traumatic life issues with losing a child. That's fine. But you need to go somewhere else with that, please, and go get some therapy. As far as Lisa, you just shady. You know you set that girl up. I'm sorry. You set her up. Set her up. I'm sorry. You are fake, phony, and you set her up. And I don't even want your tequila. I'll go take some Patron any day. Really.
Oh.
I don't want none of that. Give me that smoke. You want to give me that smoke? Fine. But I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want none of that. None. I am absolutely done with Lisa. I'm ready for Jen Shaw to get arrested and we'll see the rest of the season. Right now, I'm just done with the plumfoolery, period, over everybody.
Well, thank you, Jessica, for calling in. I appreciate you and your opinion.
Thank you. This is my first time calling into your channel. Actually, I love watching your lives anyway.
Thank you so
Miss
much.
you.
Oh, thank you so much. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. For a second there, I was like, she was giving me Miss Bernice. I was like, Miss Bernice, is that you? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to end this live, but as I said to you before, more great content will be coming tomorrow. I still have to watch Below Deck. I already watched Insecure, but I need to watch it again. I already watched Queens on ABC. We will do a special live recapping that. So if you haven't watched those episodes, be sure to watch it so you can call in and share your thoughts. And of course, as I said before, I'm going to be watching Below Deck, and there are more hot topics because we don't just talk about reality TV here on the channel. We talk about everything in pop culture. So be sure to subscribe. Be sure to follow me on my social media so you can get hot topics in under 15 seconds and under a minute. And I've already posted a couple of recaps on my TikTok, right? TikTok. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you to everyone sent in the super chat. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, be sure to head on over to TeamKempire.com and join our texting community. Head on over to TextKempire.com for more details. And if you would like your own coldest water bottle to keep your water cold for 36 plus hours, comes in multiple sizes and multiple colors. Love seeing you guys tag me in your coldest water bottle. You guys are loving it as well. Get your own today. Link is available in the description of this video. Use the discount code KEMP10 for 10% off. Had to take a sip. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your evening. Bye.